Yeah, okay, guys. What's up, everyone? How are we doing? Hope we are doing great. Yeah, once again, this is GJ, the analyst. You're welcome to next episode of this course, which I will be teaching us a very, very interesting topic that I believe is going to open us to understand the market. Part of the entry strategy I use, which I know many of us might know of it, why some maybe probably new to you anyway. But anyway, I'm going to is a very interesting course, rather a very nice teaching or course that will help you understand about the market, because in the market there are a lot of things, a lot of strategies, a lot of things people use to approach the markets. Of course, So I'm going to teach you this very simple concept and part of my entry style and system. So I'm going to teach you guys, which I've been planning to do that in the last videos, but I couldn't. So I want to do it here so that you're going to understand. I want you to follow suit, pay close attention to this very teaching, because I believe it's going to be a beneficial to you as you pay close attention to it. So in the last class, on our last video, I believe we talked about the SMC smart money concept and all that. So but this very one is very simple and unique. So it's no less than a chart patterns. So it's what we call the chart patterns. Okay, so this very chart pattern, I know you guys must maybe you have not heard of it before, or maybe it's a new to you guys or so. Um Perhaps maybe you guys don't know about it, but it's a very simple concept that I want us to follow suit and understand, because this topic, yes, I'm very pattern is one of the things that I trade. But remember, I told you that there is no strategy that is 100%. There is no strategy that is 100% accurate. There are a lot of strategies. It's just for you to build your own strategy, build your own system, strategy that can work out fine for you. If you're a price action trader, you need to build yourself more on price action, because what I literally do here is nothing else but price action. So you see, even if I can check my chart, I don't have any indicators, I don't have anything to indicate me buy or sell here or there. I do more price actions, and this is what I've been doing for some couple of years. So these things have been helping me, guys, to have been doing very well and effectively. So all these things I'm giving you guys, these things are things that will help you in your trading journey, because like I told you guys, no knowledge is exhausted. There are more things to learn in trading. There are a lot of things, deeper things that are in trading, in forex trading, that cannot be overemphasized. Yeah, so there are a lot of things, guys, in this market that I want us to pay more close attention to, because believe me, you guys, this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, trust me, very interesting. So, guys, I want to walk you through this very topic, and I hope that you pay close attention to this very topic. Okay, now guys, I'm going to talk about the chart patterns. Talk about the chart patterns. So when we talk about the chart patterns, what do we say is the chart patterns? We traders tend to synchronize with the charts. We tend to deal with the charts. We tend to work with the charts. What did you buy? Why? So sorry, we tend to synchronize with the chart. So we've understood the move of the market or the move of the chart. So like I told you guys, there's no way you can master the chart or you can become a pro without practice. There's no way you can become a pro without practice. So the more you practice, the more you give yourself to the chart. I'm sorry. The more you give yourself to the chart, the more you become more good when it comes to market approach. So there are a lot of people today being pros and so in the market. It's not because of they started doing that today. There is something that they have been doing over years. So um well give yourself I came to understand this that those guys um sorry for that. I'm taking something. Yeah. Okay. So what I was actually saying, sorry, I was trying to take was actually taking some chips. Okay. So I was talking about the chat patterns. I said it's very, very important even you know about the chart because the chart is what we see and we read. As a trader, we don't read any other thing except the chart. I told you guys that the chart always um the market always interprets some certain information to us. Yeah, whether you like it or not, there is always a message the market is trying to pass to us. Whether you believe it or not, there's always a message the market is trying to give to us. But it is now another thing for you to pay more close attention to what actually the market is saying because a lot of people do not understand the market. So when the market is even trying to give them some kind of information that is going to be of a beneficiary to them, or when the market is trying to give them some information because they don't understand market. So when the market is even telling them or passing a message that not to sell or buy, they go and buy or sell because they don't understand what the market is actually saying. In reality, when the market doesn't force anybody. Like I said, um, oh, no, like I usually say, the market doesn't force anybody. Nobody is being forced to take a trade. No broker will come to you and say, "Okay, you man, go and take this trade." No, nobody can force you. It is something that you decide. It's a choice and decision. Like I said, I usually tell my people, I said, everyone is responsible for every trading decision you make. You bear the responsibility. So nobody is going to bear it for you. You're going to bear the responsibility, the risk, and whatever that comes out by yourself. Okay, so the chart and pattern. This is telling us that the chart has a pattern. There are a lot of patterns you can see in the chart. A lot of patterns. Yeah, we have varieties of chart patterns. But the thing is, one thing about the chart patterns, guys, I want to tell us is that we don't trade, or no, not I, we traders don't trade chart patterns in isolations. Yeah, we don't trade it. Why do we not trade it? Or okay, well, let me explain. Now, when I mean isolation, simply means that we don't trade just because we are seeing a chart or you are seeing a kind of chart formation pattern. You say, okay, because of it has given us this pattern, it symbolizes, yeah, let's go for a sell or let's go for a buy. No, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't trade a pattern. Sorry, you don't trade a pattern in isolation. So there are things like just like candlesticks pattern, the same scenario. So we don't trade them in isolation. So we need all that confirmations. You need to seek other confirmations that can guarantee you taking your trade. Like this short pattern is one of it. Like I told you, other blocks, imbalances, trend line, um, what is it called? A lot of them rejections and all that. So when you gather all these informations, then I think this can enable you before you pick your entries. You wait for them to play out. So you don't just see a chart pattern and you say, okay, because this chart pattern is here or is available, let me take the trade. No, that is totally out of the game. So another thing again is the chart pattern is very, very interesting. When you see them forming, you see them playing out, they can also help to identify either a reversal or, yeah, they can help you to identify a continuation market or a reversal. So a chart pattern, when you see them most time, maybe either might not be a dip, maybe you can see, let's say, a double top pattern, a um, double top pattern maybe form. You know that maybe when a market has been running from a long-term bullish market, and you see this double top pattern. Most times, yeah, when you see those kind of short and chart patterns, it might symbolize a reversal. Yeah. So, but when you see the chart pattern, do you actually go in and take the sell, or do you actually jump in just because you are seeing a chart pattern? No, we don't do that. You don't do that. So you what you do is, what trader does is you wait for price action to maybe probably go and retest, or possibly give you. I'm going to show you guys here. So we don't just see a chart pattern just because you are seeing this and you jump into the market. No, so a chart pattern, sorry, a chart, sorry guys, a chart pattern can help give a trend reversal. So when you see chart pattern, most times they can give a trend. That is one of the potency. It can indicate to trader that okay, this is a reversal. So it depends. It might be a long term or a short term. So it all depends on the market algorithm or the institution trader. So that is what I want you to understand when it comes to knowing the chart patterns. So these are very, very good. As a trader, you need to understand them. So we have, like I said, we have so many chart patterns, but I don't necessarily trade all. I have few chart patterns which I'm going to be showing you guys. I'm going to walk you through this in this video. So I have varieties. We have varieties of chart patterns, but I don't necessarily trade all. So there are these few I trade, and they have been effective. So it's just for you to, want to in the market. It's not for you to actually necessarily trade all. There are just little concepts. You might know all, but not everything. You can just get this, trade this little concept or these things, then you add it up. You can put all in one and you are good to go. So it's not necessary you can have idea. I'm not saying you should be limited when it comes to getting idea or growing your knowledge. No, you can have knowledge of everything, but um not everything you tend to put into the trading. So that's what I'm trying to let us understand. So there are a lot of chart patterns, but I don't necessarily trade all. I selected these fews, and these are the ones that have been helping me so far in the time of trading or in my journey of trading. These are the chart patterns that have been helping me so far. So I want to be showing you one of those chart patterns. I'm going to be drawing them for you. Then I will explain the one after the other. Okay, I'm going to start with this chart pattern here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this should be the. Okay, so you can see the chart pattern here. I know many of us must have seen this. Maybe not today, not or some of us it might be new to us. Fine, it's okay. But these patterns, like I told you, one thing you need to know about this pattern, at least I forget, is most times they don't actually occur that frequent. Yeah, they don't frequently occur like something you see them on daily basis. So there are things that maybe probably when you just see them, the ability for you to spot them is another thing, because you need to train your eyes to see them, because most times the market might not tend to make it more obvious to us that you can see them. But what you need to do is you need to train yourself to actually see what you are seeing, because in the market the brokers or whatever want to make it they will not want to make it obvious. Most times they make it, but most times they don't. But it's not for you to be able to train your eye to see actually, or to detect actually what you are seeing. So that is another thing. So yeah, this is I will have names we call this. Now the first one we call it is the M formation. So most people call it the M formation. So the M formation. So another people call it, we call it the double top pattern. So that is the double top pattern. So it's called also the double top pattern. So this is you can see the formation, having the formation of an M. So you can see that's why it's called the M pattern. So it is this concept, this very pattern is very, very interesting. I love to trade it very, very well. It's most especially when I see it in the form of a reversal. Maybe when a market trend has been going bullish in for duration of time. So I tend to see this equal highs. I'm going to explain it for us. So okay, I just want to show us before I go to the next one. Now, this is what the M formation now. Let's say for example we have this market moving in a bullish formation for some time, and this is what you're going to see. So now let me show you guys. Now this is how we tend to spot them. Most you always want to see them at the top of an uptrend market. So when the market has gone bullish for a long period of time, maybe when the market has been going very up, market exhaust, there's a level of where market become exhausted. That is what we call the exhaustion phase, that market has been exhausted, that will also have more power or capacity perhaps to push the market continuously. So, but like I told you guys, never trade this in isolation. Don't trade because you see just in a chart pattern, maybe the double top pattern. You say, okay, it's let's sell the market just like that. No, be very careful. So, one, this is what I tend to see. So you can see this market has been going bullish, creating bullish structure to the upside. Then maybe when it has gone for a very long time, then now notice what happened here. Let me use this arrow. Can notice what happened here. So after the market has made this bullish move to the upside, so you see this level here, it is the bullish leg. So after the bulls push the market up, then the sellers brought it down again. So another push again. Remember I said when the market is going up, we want to see market structure says that when the market is going up, we want to see price making what we call series of higher highs and higher lows. So when it's going up, this is the bullish structure to the upside. But when price gets here, what happened? You see after they push up here, then the sellers drag the market down. Then the buyers try to they push up again. But what happened? You notice that there were not much momentum for the buyers to push price above this high. So what happened here? You can see that this high became equal. Most times it might not be equal like this. Most times you might see this slanting down and this one up. So most that is just what you just need to understand. So then what happened here? You can see that when you see the chart pattern, it's a sign that the market or the buyers is is changing hand, is the price is going or the momentum is sweeping or changing to the sellers. So what happened here? You say that the buyers try push price, but they couldn't push price above this high. So what happened? This high became equal, and you notice the sellers started pushing price to the downside. So you see, this is what I'm talking about. So we have equal highs at that level here. So this becomes that's liquidity grabbed here, another liquidity grabbed at this high here. So supply, and this is also SMC. So you see supply level there first and mitigated. So you see liquidity. So and you see our price is now coming down. So this is what I want to tell us about this um, M formation pattern. So how do we now take this trade? Why do we take it? Now let me show you. Now when you want to take this trade, now you need to be sure of this. This is what you need to be sure of now. So when you want to take this trade, now forming after forming this pattern. Oh, sorry. So sorry, after price has formed this, let me delete this, sorry. So let me draw it again. Now after price has formed this pattern here, which you know here, you can see this is equal high. So liquidity grabbed here and other side. So after price has formed this, though, what do? We tend to wait for price action to break above or below, sorry, break this support here. Then if price breaks it, you want a retest. Follow what I'm saying. We want to see price breaking this support here. After breaking, we want to see maybe candle, momentum of candle, a nice closure of the candle, whatever one, and a nice pullback. That is what I'm talking about. A nice pullback to this support here. To this support here. So we want to see a nice pullback to this support. The moment price will test it, then maybe with a rejection candle or whatever pin bar or whatever candle formations or engulfing you want to see price, then from there we can now decide to, or yeah, so from there we can now decide to take our what sell continuation trade from there. So that is another thing again. That is for the chart pattern. Now another thing again, you yeah, that's for how to take the double top pattern. So remember, I said you want to see price mitigating, you want to see two equal highs and price breaking this support, retesting it and going down. Now the next one again, which is very very interesting, we'll talk about the double top pattern. So I'll talk about the double bottom pattern. So this is, I've talked about a double top, this is double bottom pattern. Now this formation is very nice. People call it the W formation. So they call it the W formation, or they also call it the double bottom pattern. Double bottom pattern. I love this pattern very very well. Most times they are seen as when you see them, they are seen as a continuation pattern. So they are seen as a continuation pattern. When I see this pattern, I don't joke with them. They are seen as a continuation pattern most times, or as a reversal too. When the market has maybe coming down from a bearish trend, how do we do this, or how does it work? Let me show you now. Okay, this is how it works. Let's say the market has been coming down from a bearish trend. Okay, so this is it here. So let's say this is the market that will coming from down from a bearish momentum market. Then this is how the double bottom works, or W formation. This is how it works. So we want to see price. We can see from here. Now let me use this arrow now. So we can see from here that, oh shit, sorry guys, don't follow the arrow again. Let me use this. So you can see from here that you see how price has been moving down, and after the down movement, can you notice here that price formed this double bottom pattern? Now what does this symbolizes? It symbolizes a sign of a reversal. Yeah, this is a sign of a reversal. So you can see, I know in a downtrend I told you guys that when the market is going down, I want to see price making what we call lower highs and lower what and lower lows. So but you take notice of this, that when price, this market has been going down, and you can see that price refused to break below this low here. Price refused to break below or beneath this low. So it first of all formed the first low, and after that price, the sellers tried to push price down here. They couldn't succeed. The buyers pushed the market again, and the sellers tried again, push, but they couldn't break below this low. So they push price again back to this um support level. These are the equal low. So you see that the sellers were weak to push the market down. So the buyers now what push price up. Whenever you see this forming, it's a sign that the market wants to reverse. So it's either I told you, it's either you see it as a continuation trend, does the same thing like the M formation too. Most times you can hear that also seen as a continuation trend too, or reversals or continuation trend. So whichever one. So what happened here, you can see that after the push to the downside here, then the buyers now push price. Now this is where the buyers now push price up. So you can see this break of structure, so change of character here. So after you see this market pushing up, so the sign that the market or the buyers are coming in into the or into the market. So what do we need to do now? We want to take our trade. What do we need to do? We want to wait for price action, because most times majorly might not want to come back. One thing again is that most times the retracement can be a deep one. That is one. And another thing again is, I told you guys, most time price might not want to come back to this neck. So most times it can be a short pullback, can take this neckline and form a rejection hammer or whatever reversal pattern and go up. Or price might want to come down here, taking maybe coming down to this maybe a fair value gap, or probably down to the where the OB is, to fill in that place and push up. So this is very very interesting concept. I want us to know about this formation. It's just for you to, when you see them, you are able to spot them. That is another thing. Like I told you, and most times it might not necessarily come the way it is here. There are times it might come like this. Let me show you. There are times it might come like this. So it might not necessarily, price action might not necessarily want to make it that obvious that you see it and say, oh, this is chart pattern, a chart pattern. So they can come in diverse formation. So they can come in diverse formation. They can come in different ways. So this, I just want to just know the concept. That is very important. Just understand the concept of this, all these chart patterns. So when you see them, you can also be as a continuation market. Just for example, like this, let's say the market is going up. Let's say, can you see now? So can you see them here? Can you see? So this is a sign. You can see this market moving up like this, and you can see the double bottom pattern. So it's a continuation market trend to the upside. So it's very interesting. I trade it. When I see it, I don't joke with it. So I told you guys you seek confirmation before you join into the trade, because most times it can be a false out or a fake out. Yeah, so price can just come back to that area, and maybe when you think it wants to buy, maybe because of this untested resistance, price can still decide to still fall down. So you need to wait. That is why we don't just trade anyhow. We need to be careful when it comes to taking off our entries. So that is number two. Now the third one is the triple top and triple bottom. So this is another chart pattern. Very very interesting topic, chart pattern, but majorly I don't see it like that. That's common. So the triple top and triple bottom pattern. Okay, let me draw like this. Sorry, let me draw like this. Okay. Okay, now this is the triple top and triple bottom pattern. Sorry for my drawing. Okay, so yeah, let me start with the triple top pattern first. So now this triple top pattern, how do we trade this? So just for like what we said, it is traded like this. I want to see price action coming up, maybe like the same bearish move or bullish trend, I mean to say. Then you want to see this pattern like this, like this, like this. So this is the triple top pattern. Now, why are this formation formed, or why is it formed? Most time you see it in your chat box, you don't understand. So when you see it like this, it does the same thing like what we discussed about the double top pattern. Is just the same scenario. Just that this one is a three top pattern, that other one is just a two. So when you see this, is a time the buyers try to buy, push back. That is a kind of, there is a war between the bulls and the bears trying to get control over the market. So the buyers tried to push again, they couldn't push price. Tried again, they couldn't push price, and the sellers pushed. So you see this level. Just take notice of this. So these highs, you see how they are equal there, one, two, and three. So three equal highs. So this is a sign that the market is trying to give way for the bears to enter. So it's a sign of change of momentum. So the market is giving room for the sellers to come into this market. So I will wait for price action to come and retest this neckline here, where this support here. So support here will turn to resistance. Then just like what we talked about, the double top pattern. So after the retesting of the neckline there, I want to see price pushing down to the downside there. So that is all we talk about the triple top pattern. Now For the double bottom, sorry, for the triple bottom pattern, so it's just a formation like this, the same thing. Yeah, so just the same scenario like what we talk about. So once you see price navigating from the downtrend, so series of downtrend, then yeah, okay. So once you see something like this, so when I see something like this, it's a clear sign that this market is about to reverse the same thing coming from a downtrend, then triple top, just like the same, just the same information about the double bottom pattern. So you just triple and three equals no. So failure, that the market rejecting to push down. That is what symbolizes that. What happened again? So you can see that what happened here, price tried to, now is a sign of reversal. So the bulls are coming into, so wait for price to retest the neckline, very important. I told you most times it can be deep or it can just retest a short pullback. So but always wait for a pullback so before you join. So after that you can now move to the upside. Now I want to, this very concept I want to, is very very interesting. This is one of my favorite chart pattern I trade very very well too, which I don't joke with, and the most time they are commonly in the chart. This inverted, their head and shoulder pattern, very very good pattern concept. So one, this is, we have inverted head and shoulder pattern. Sorry for my drawing, no. So just understand what I'm trying to say. So this very head and shoulder pattern is very very interesting. I trade them very very well. So I really love this head and shoulder patterns. A lot of traders also trade it because it is very 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 good. So you can see what happened here. You can notice um this is the left, yeah, the left shoulder. This is the right shoulder, and this is the head. Though the head, this is one that usually carries the whole body. So the head, the left, and the right shoulder. So why for this one, the other, this is inverted head and shoulder pattern. So this one is head and shoulder pattern. Why this is inverted head and shoulder pattern? So you can see why it's inverted. You can see it is up upside down, so it's not up, it's upside down. So you can see, yeah, the same thing, just the left shoulder and right shoulder and the head. Yeah, so most time the head is always smaller, it might not be big, and most time the shoulders might not be as big as this. That is what you need to know. So most times the right shoulder or the left shoulder might not be as big as this. So price might make them smaller or make them big. So it just depends. All this just for you to be able to see them, when you identify them, when you see them. So I will start with the first head and shoulder pattern. Now, how does this head and shoulder work? The same thing, price coming from a series of bullish trend, then you will notice something like this. So remember I told you guys that most times this head and shoulder might not be noticeable, just the way I'm doing it, just for you to understand the concept. So a bullish trend to the upside, and we also have this is the head and shoulder pattern. You can see left shoulder, the right shoulder. Now I told you, now how does this formation, how does what make this formation? The same thing, you can see price try to push price to the upside, and the sellers push price, and what happened? They tried again, couldn't, and they tried the third time. So the left shoulder, you can see most times I told you might not be big. So they tried, they couldn't push price again. So and what happened? You can see. So this pattern is just a reversal pattern. I just like other ones we have been talking about. So just the same this scenario. So just for you to be able to spot them and when you see them. So this is a reversal pattern. So when I see this, what do? I need to wait for price action to come, because it's a sign that the bears are coming in. So I'll only wait, the same thing, I'll wait for the neckline to be taken off by price action, then a retest of the neckline, then I can now decide to join the market. Now this is what I'm talking about here. Let me draw it. I know some of us did not see it well, so let me draw it. So what I want to see is breaking of this neck line, which is the support price coming to retest it, then giving a sell to the downside here. So I told you most times the retest might not um just end here. Most times it can be deep, can come back. Maybe there's a gap here or another block here, so it might come back to fill it before going down. So just take notice of all these things. So that is for the head and shoulder pattern. Now the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Oh, sorry, I don't know why drawing this guy is. This inverted head and shoulder pattern is something else. Just understand what I'm trying to draw. So even if I didn't get it to, I just understand the concept of what I'm drawing. So now this is the inverted head and shoulder pattern. So like the same thing, the left shoulder, the right, and the neck. So the same thing what we talked about, the bullish um the double top, sorry, double bottom pattern, or triple bottom pattern, I mean to say. So how does this concept work? So we want to see, first of all, price sloping from a downtrend, then okay, sorry, let me shift my hand. So sloping from a downtrend, then it comes to form this pattern. Sorry, let me draw this. Just I don't want you to understand what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't matter the drawing. So if I don't get it well, just understand what I'm trying to say. So okay, now this is what I'm saying. So we want to wait for price to come and break, coming from a downtrend. Then I told you equal high lows. So price failing to break this lows here. So this is the resistance. So wait for price to come. When price breaks above it, then we want to see a retest of this resistance size. Resistance turn to support, then we want to see price moving up. So I hope this is clear to us. Maybe for some of us that do not see what I'm saying, let me draw it. Um, don't know. So I wait for price to break this, then retest it, then push up. So that is what I'm talking about. Now let let's quickly navigate to the chart. If I can see them, let's navigate to the charts. Okay, guys, can you see this now? Can you see this? Though I told you guys that most times the market might not want to make it very obvious to us for us to see. But in other words, I can call this an inverted head and shoulder pattern because I can see price making this and this. So you can see this is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Can you see that, guys? So can you see an inverted head and shoulder pattern? You can see price coming from a downtrend. This is what I usually tell you. A downtrend. This is what I can see. A down bearish momentum. Then you can see this um head and shoulder pattern formed here. I told you this is the left shoulder, and you can see I told you most times they will not want to make it obvious. So you can see, and to the right shoulder. So you see how they formed it and what happened. You can see this move to the upside down. Okay, do we have entry? I told you most times. So what we'll do, we'll mark out this our sorry. So we'll take off this, mark out this level where it was actually broken. So we'll take off this level here, price break from. So let's refine our this entry. Let's go down to the what time frame. Let's go down to the what time frame. Okay, so actually can you see we actually had an entry? You can see your price come here. You can see this double bottom pattern. I told you guys most times they will not want to make it obvious, so you can see, I can clearly see this. So you can see here, so this is actually the sign. So the retest of that neckline. So you see here price, after that you can see how it starts shooting up. So it's very clear and very simple, very simple. So I told us about this, that just for you to understand, when you see all these patterns, most times they're not commonly seen, but when they are seen, yeah, we don't joke with them. Okay, so uh So I can actually take this as a double bottom pattern. So I'm not interested at what happened here. So I'm interested in this. I told you guys most times the market might not want to make it obvious. It's true we don't have a completion of this bullish leg. So but we can see this here. Can you see this? Price came, made this push down, came up again. I told you. So you see this equal highs here. So what happened? This is a neckline, so support. So you see how price went down, and you can see this retesting of this neckline downside here. So this is a double bottom or double top formation. So I let's look for more. I may not necessarily see all. So let's see. I told you guys this is a double bottom pattern. Doesn't matter. This is a, I told you most times the market they will not want to make it obvious for you. They will not want to make it obvious for you to see. That is what I know. They will not want to make it so obvious for you to see and understand. So this is it here. You can see this. This is it. So this is a double bottom pattern. Can you see this now? That I know because the market will not want to make it obvious. So you can say I told you. Remember I drew it for you. Most times they want to make one slanty like this. Maybe you want to draw. They want to make this. So whenever you see it, it's just to just understand. Like I told you, it can also be a reversal, a continuation pattern. So you see, then after what happened, the market started buying. So the structure was broken here. So you see how price started going up. So I told you that when you see these things, just even if it might not be deep, just understand what actually they are the information they are trying to pass. It's just very very important to understand. So another one again is okay, can I call this double bottom pattern? Yeah, I can also call this. I can call this, but I don't think we had a good retest. But yeah, it's also a double bottom part, a double top pattern, not double bottom. I mean to say. So you can see this market moving from a bullish, and you can see this um area and price pushed up again. So trying to retest that resistance. So liquidity grabbed here. So what happened? See how the market is sloping down. So this is our neckline broken by price. So wait for price to retest and push down. So um okay guys, so this is um the triple top pattern is actually difficult to see most times. So but I want to show you guys, you can see this. I really love this. Can you see this guys? I can clearly see this. This is the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Can you see? So you can see this bullish market to the upside. So you can see this and this that is a head and shoulder pattern. I mean to say, not actually inverted head and shoulder pattern. I told you that the market might not want to make it obvious for you to see. It's just for you to be able to train your eye to see those things. So do we get an entry here? Okay, let me show you. So you can see this left shoulder and you see this neck and the head, and you can see. So but we have this broken, but we don't have an entry here. Do we have an entry here? No. Alright, did okay, we did have an entry. Or should I let me go down to lower time frame to actually see if we got an entry? So yeah, I think we do. Yeah, we had an entry. So let me go down to H1 time frame to see. Let me go back down, back down. Okay, sorry. Let me flip my chart back to where. Sorry. Huh. Is this? No, I don't think this is it. Or is this? Is it as this? I don't know. Okay, since I've seen this, so yeah, so this is what we do now. I'll draw this to the downside here. Can you see now, guys? So we had an entry here. Can you see? So we had this is, oh, this is for double bottom, double top pattern. So you can see and try retested here. Now this is what I'm looking for. Where is that one? Where's that one? This is not it. Or is it like this? Ah, oh, I don't know. I don't know where that. I don't know where that chart is anymore. I don't know where it is. So, uh, okay. I think we've gotten to the last. I don't know where that chart is, guys. So, let me go back to the H4 time frame. Okay. No, this is not what I'm looking for. Okay. So this is, we actually got an entry here. So this is it here. Yeah. So I think that was what we saw. Yeah. So we had an entry here. So you can see our price broke here and retest. Most times the retest I told you might not be deep one. Most times might just be a short pullback and a sell. Most times the sell might not be a long term. I told you. So just might be just a term short term sell, maybe to continue the bullish market to the upside. So it's just for you to understand. So yeah. So okay, so guys, this is triple top, triple bottom pattern. So I can see this a triple bottom pattern. So I will highlight this level. So you can see that wait for price after price coming from a downtrend, try to buy, and I told you about it. So no much emphasis on it. So what I'll do, I will highlight this. I told you I'll wait for price. This is our neckline. So I told you, you can see. So how price came here. Let me bring my arrow. So you see how price came here at this neckline here, and what happened. You can see how price started going up. So just for you to understand all these principles, this concept, they work. But like I say, guys, backtest it before you use it and understand their concept. Don't just trade them. Understand what they do, how they work, just like that. So it's very easy, guys. Very, very easy. Very easy, guys. So I'll be stopping here, guys. So you're going to do your assignment for me. You're going to show me all the chart patterns which we talk about in your chart. You show them to me and identify so I can see it. So I want to see all the chart patterns we talked about now. Okay, guys, thank you once again for thank you. I hope that you watch this video, and I hope you rewatch it again if you're not clear. Pay close attention, do the assignment, and keep progressing. Yeah, thank you, guys.